Get your daily news fix with News Source Scrawler's latest edition, 20 February 2025, featuring crypto, politics, tech, and more.
Aerobic exercise for 30 minutes improves cognitive function in people with ADHD. According to a study, early trial results suggest mRNA vaccines could be effective against pancreatic cancer. Recent research connects the NOVA1 protein to the origins of human language. A greater number of migrants does not necessarily lead to an increase in crime. According to a German institute, Costa Rica plans to accept Central Asian and Indian migrants deported by the United States. In January, the U.S. Border Patrol apprehended 29,000 migrants illegally crossing the Mexico border, marking the lowest figure since May 2020.
Pro-Russian hackers target Italian websites, following the president's comparison of Ukraine's invasion to Nazi actions. An expert warns that Donald Trump may have given Vladimir Putin the green light to strike London, Paris, or Brussels. One states that China endorses all peace initiatives in Ukraine and that Gaza should not be used as a bargaining chip.
Nike collaborates with Kim Kardashian's shapewear brand, Skims, aiming to expand its reach to more women. Coca-Cola ventures into the fashionable prebiotic soda sector with the launch of Simply Pop. HP plans to acquire portions of the Humane iPin startup from former Apple executives for $116 million. Additionally, all of Humane's AI pins will cease functioning in 10 days. As the $700 iPin is discontinued and rendered obsolete after less than a year.
President Trump has issued an executive order asserting authority over autonomous government agencies. In Cambodia, lawmakers have enacted a new law prohibiting the denial of the Khmer Rouge genocide. Meanwhile, the president of Colombia has claimed that there was a conspiracy to shoot down his aircraft using missiles.
South Africa's minister has declared that the country is open to receiving bids for its nuclear project from any nation, including Russia and Iran. The Brazilian government has decided that Brazil will join the OPEC Plus forum. The European Union has imposed new sanctions on Russia, specifically targeting aluminum production and ships associated with the shadow fleet.
Director Brady Corbett claims he earned absolutely no money from his Oscar-nominated film, The Brutalist. The Chinese film Neza 2 has achieved the status of the highest-grossing animated film worldwide. Daniel Craig has decided to withdraw from his role in the DC Studios' war movie, SGT, Rock.
South Korea is prepared to accept North Korean prisoners of war, according to its government's communication with Ukraine. Meanwhile, former President Trump has labeled Ukrainian President Zelensky a dictator, as their relationship becomes strained over the Russia-Ukraine conflict. Trump also asserts that Russia holds the advantage in negotiations regarding Ukraine. In a related development, Russian President Putin emphasizes that Ukraine will not be excluded from peace talks, but he stresses that trust between the U.S. and Russia is crucial for achieving a resolution. Trump claims Elon Musk's $10 million settlement in the Twitter lawsuit was significantly reduced. In Argentina, the Milei crypto scandal expands with accusations against his sister, Karina Milei, who is now the latest administration official involved in Cryptogate. Argentina's Milei is under investigation for fraud after promoting a crypto coin that failed shortly after its release. A report reveals that Libra co-creator boasted about compensating Javier Milei's sister for a token post. Brazil's ex-president Bolsonaro faces charges related to an alleged coup plot involving poisoning Lula, while Trump Media Group files a lawsuit against a Brazilian judge considering Bolsonaro's arrest.
China's clean energy investments are approaching the level of global fossil fuel investments, according to researchers. Researchers have determined that carbon capture is more expensive than transitioning to renewable energy sources. The United States has set sail from Philadelphia on a journey to transform into the world's largest artificial reef.
Trump claims he would have faced a very difficult life had he not won the election. Journalists initiate legal proceedings against the Italian government regarding allegations of spyware. Nationwide Dark Indonesia protests occur as students demonstrate against Prabowo's policies.
Russian wealth fund chief claims U.S. businesses lost $300 billion by exiting Russia, and he praises Trump as a problem solver before Riyadh talks, anticipating U.S. company returns in 2025. Trump, with "you could have made a deal," accuses Ukraine following U.S.-Russia talks, while Zelensky calls for more truth after Trump implies Ukraine initiated the war. Russia asserts NATO states cannot enforce Ukraine peace, demands the membership pledge be removed, as Lavrov refutes the three-point peace plan and cautions against Western peacekeepers in Ukraine. The White House has released a video showing immigrants in shackles and humorously referred to the deportation footage as ASMR. Meanwhile, French lawmakers are considering a ban on headscarves in sports, a move that Amnesty International criticizes as discriminatory. Additionally, the BBC has issued an apology and provided further clarification for a Gaza documentary that included the son of a Hamas minister, following significant backlash. Binance US has restarted fiat deposits and withdrawal for the first time in 2 years following the SEC lawsuit. According to Chain Analysis, Iranians are increasingly turning to cryptocurrency due to geopolitical tensions, while international sanctions are impacting Russia's military operations. Ethereum transaction fees have decreased by 70%, reaching their lowest point since 2020. Doge asserts it discovered $4.7 trillion in treasury payments that are untraceable. 6 days prior, Musk stated that individuals aged 150 are receiving Social Security benefits, and Doge claims to save $8 billion on a contract valued at just $8 million. A federal judge has declined to immediately halt Elon Musk and Doge from accessing federal data or conducting worker layoffs, as Judge Chutkan dismisses the request from Democratic AGs for a temporary restraining order to prevent Doge from accessing federal data. An Elon Musk staffer developed a Doge AI assistant aimed at making the government less dumb.
Small earthquakes found deep within Greenland's ice sheet may alter sea level rise forecasts. According to a study, Researchers in China create nickelate high-temperature superconductors under normal atmospheric pressure. For the first time, teleportation is accomplished between quantum computers.
Meta's WhatsApp is encountering stricter regulations from the EU, with its user base exceeding 45 million each month. Meanwhile, Niantic, the developer of Pokémon Go, is close to a $3.5 billion agreement to sell its games division. Additionally, the New York Post has highlighted a new application that provides on-demand personal bodyguards and private motorcades in New York City.
Nokia has prepared its cellular network for the moon, as Intuitive Machines finishes the last steps in installing the lunar lander. Meanwhile, Chinese researchers have created an injection designed to extend the lifespan of batteries used in smartphones and electric vehicles. Additionally, Microsoft has introduced the Majorana 1 chip, which is set to revolutionize quantum computing by addressing significant industry-level challenges within a few years rather than decades. This chip is unique in its ability to monitor and manage Majorana particles, rather than the electrons as traditional.
Valve has introduced the Team Fortress 2 SDK, allowing developers to create entirely new games using TF2 as a foundation. Jumbo Cactuar, a card from MTG's Final Fantasy crossover, has been released and is legal for standard play, featuring an impressive 10,000 damage capability. Elon Musk aims to revitalize the gaming industry by establishing an AI gaming development studio.
Shift4, a payments processor, is acquiring Global Blue for $2.5 billion. TikTok has been offered $50 billion by U.S. entrepreneur Reed Rassner to purchase the app. Gabby Petito's parents have expressed their views on the controversial use of AI to recreate her voice in a documentary, with some comments suggesting that Gabby Petito's AI voice recreation in Netflix's documentary feels wrong and unnerves me.
Australia's central bank reduces interest rates for the first time in over 4 years, indicating economic uncertainties. New Zealand's central bank lowers rates by 50 basis points, signaling a more pronounced easing cycle to stimulate the weak economy. The African Development Bank forecasts a growth rate of 4.1% for the continent.
The United States has labeled the Tren de Aragua and other cartels as global terrorist organizations. Mexican president states that U.S. drone flights over Mexican territory are a collaborative effort. It was reported yesterday that the CIA is expanding its secret drone operations over Mexico. In the United States, preliminary data indicate a 16% decrease in homicides in 2024. A UK Paralympian has achieved the historic milestone of becoming the first disabled astronaut to receive approval for a mission to the International Space Station. Physicists have demonstrated that static electricity is influenced by the history of contact between different materials. Meanwhile, the Polish Space Agency is investigating whether an unidentified object is debris from a SpaceX rocket.
Egypt has unveiled its first royal tomb discovery since the unearthing of King Tutankhamun's tomb more than 100 years ago, with the long-lost tomb of King Thutmose II finally being found in Luxor. Additionally, A lost masterpiece by Camille Claudel has been sold for $3.8 million at an auction. Meanwhile, the estate of Michael Jackson is in a legal battle with an auction house over the sale of rare, unreleased music, claiming the sale is a sad attempt to mislead the public. This dispute between the auction house and Jackson's heirs has left the future of 12 previously unreleased tracks by Michael Jackson uncertain.
Continental, a German company, has declared a reduction of 3,000 positions due to difficulties within the industry. Meanwhile, Tesla is making its entry into India by establishing showrooms in both Delhi and Mumbai, and the hiring process has commenced. Additionally, the United States has overtaken China as Germany's largest individual trading partner in the year 2024.
In the United States, housing affordability has become so tight that the conversion of offices into apartments has surged by 484%. Meanwhile, President Donald J. Trump has taken steps to broaden access to in vitro fertilization, IVF. Additionally, the U.S. government has decided to reverse its plan to close down the free COVID test program.
Elon Musk hints at the possibility of distributing Doge dividend checks, which might amount to $5,000 for each household. Meanwhile, Steve Bannon labels Musk as a parasitic illegal immigrant, and a sign expressing disdain for him is displayed in the window of a Tesla dealership. Additionally, a report indicates that approximately 25% of American shoppers have abandoned their preferred stores due to political disagreements, as revealed by a poll. Furthermore, Gallup reports that Donald Trump's job approval rating stands at 45%, while Congress's approval rating has increased to 29%.
Meta is taking legal action against an individual accused of violent extortion for allegedly holding Instagram accounts captive. Additionally, it has been reported that hackers aligned with Russia are focusing on Signal users by distributing QR codes that link devices. Furthermore, a UK MP has issued a warning that Chinese components in smart devices could present a sabotage risk to the country.
In the United States, the State Department has instructed the cancellation of news subscriptions globally. Meanwhile, Commerce Secretary Lutnick has stated that Trump's objective is to eliminate the IRS. Additionally, Trump has remarked that he would have led a very nasty life had he lost the election, and he has suggested distributing 20% of his Doge savings to American citizens.
Russia and the United States are considering collaborating on energy projects in the Arctic following discussions with Saudi Arabia. Denmark is set to increase its defense budget by $17 billion to discourage Russian aggression. The Wall Street Journal has noted that Germany's Alternative for Germany, AfD, party is not aligned with American interests. It has been disclosed that AfD's far-right leader, Alice Weidel, engaged in clandestine meetings with a Chinese envoy. Chinese state media has indicated that support for the AfD is rising as the upcoming election approaches.
In the United States, the head of Social Security has reportedly resigned due to concerns about the access of recipient information by Doge. Additionally, the head of the food division at the FDA is said to have quit, citing the mass staff cuts during the Trump administration. Allegedly, Doge was involved in the dismissal of FDA employees who were reviewing clinical trials for Elon Musk's Neuralink. This situation has been remarked upon as the Trump administration firing thousands for performance without evidence in a chaotic and hasty manner, mirroring a common tactic in corporate America. Google has reached a settlement with Italy, agreeing to pay $340 million to resolve a tax evasion investigation. Meanwhile, ByteDance supporters in the United States assert that China's growth will mitigate any potential damage from a TikTok ban. Additionally, the Wall Street Journal has reported on plans for an AI data center in South Korea, which could have up to 3 gigawatts of power.
OpenAI has launched the SWE Lancer benchmark, which consists of more than 1,400 freelance software engineering tasks sourced from Upwork. These tasks have a total real-world payout value of $1 million. An AI brain decoder is capable of interpreting a person's thoughts using a brief brain scan and minimal training. The AI revolution spearheaded by China's DeepSeek could potentially increase financial sector profits by up to 13%, according to UBS.
In the United States, a severe winter storm has resulted in at least 10 fatalities, with strong winds and heavy snow advancing further east. A study indicates that melting glaciers have contributed to nearly 2 centimeters of sea level rise this century. The Swedish Supreme Court has ruled that Greta Thunberg and other activists are unable to sue the state regarding climate action.
Axios states that conservative radio hosts have been invited to broadcast from the Pentagon. Additionally, 55% of digital magazine circulation is sourced from Spotify-like services. Furthermore, Ampere reveals that streamers will allocate $12.5 billion to sports rights in 2025, with DAZN taking the lead.
Mushroom fiber might shield against the flu. According to research indicates that college graduates enjoy an astonishing 11-year longer lifespan compared to individuals who never complete high school. Researchers report that life expectancy growth has halted throughout Europe, with England experiencing the most significant decline.
ARC Institute's AI model Evo 2 creates the genetic code for all life domains. Microsoft introduces a new generative AI model, Muse, aimed at gaming, potentially bringing back classic games. Researchers discover that Elon Musk's new Grok AI is highly susceptible to hacking.
The Last of Us Season 2 receives an official premiere date. SiriusXM extends its podcast subscription to YouTube and Spotify. Sony releases disturbing texts from an ex-Bungie director to female employees in a continuing wrongful termination lawsuit, highlighting Sony's strong defense against the Bungie veterans' claims.
AMD might prevent Intel's sale because of a cross-licensing agreement. The Cybertruck is the newest Tesla model to achieve a 5-star crash rating. A 3-year investigation reveals that Mackenzie Scott's $19 billion in charitable donations has had a transformational impact on nonprofits. Synthetic diamonds, featuring a hexagonal lattice, surpass natural diamonds in unparalleled hardness. Dogs tend to blink more frequently when they see other dogs blinking, suggesting a social link. In 2024, 2/3 of the Earth's surface recorded extreme heat levels.
Economists predict that China will reduce its benchmark policy rate next month, following the Fox decision to maintain the LPR at its current level. Meanwhile, Hegseth has instructed the Pentagon to identify $50 billion in cuts this year to support Trump's military objectives. Additionally, Australia and Papua New Guinea have committed to finalizing a defense treaty.
Macron's mini-summit highlights EU disputes regarding Trump's actions in Ukraine, and France clarifies it is not preparing to send ground troops to the front in Ukraine. Palantir CEO advocates for tech patriotism and cautions about AI warfare. Kazakhstan and Jordan collaborate on uranium research.
Lloyds is evaluating the technical abilities of numerous IT employees. Currently, 27% of CFO job postings include AI as a requirement. Meta has revealed LlamaCon, marking its inaugural generative AI developer conference.
Number 1 hit and additional songs. YouTube Music Charts. Global Top Songs from February 7th to February 13th, 2025. APT. Collaboration by Rose and Bruno Mars. Die with a Smile. Joint work by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Not Like Us. Track by Kendrick Lamar. AAJ Key Rat. Performance by Madhu Bandi Bagchi and Divya.
Spotify Weekly Top Songs Global, from Friday, February 7th to Thursday, February 13th, 2025. Die with a Smile by Lady Gaga and Bruno Mars. Not Like Us by Kendrick Lamar. Luther with SZA by Kendrick Lamar and SZA, APT. By Rose and Bruno Mars.
Nintendo US Digital Top Sellers as of February 18, 2025. Hello Kitty Island Adventure, Super Mario Party Jamboree, Minecraft Stardew Valley.
Steam's most popular games. Discover the globally top-selling and top-played titles on Steam. Based on the top 100 revenue products list for the period from Tuesday, February 4th, 2025 to Tuesday, February 11th, 2025. Kingdom Come, Deliverance 2, Counter-Strike 2, Sid Meier's Civilization 7, Monster Hunter Wilds, PUBG, Battlegrounds, Marvel Rivals.
CISA's cybersecurity alerts and advisories. CISA collaborates with ASD's ACSC, CCCS, NCSC UK, and various international and US entities to issue guidance on edge devices.
One more drop in the AI ocean. StepFun AI's Step Video T2V. Videos are depicted using a highly compressed video VAE, reaching spatial compression ratios of 16 by 16 and temporal compression ratios of 8x. User prompts are transformed using two bilingual pre-trained text encoders to accommodate both English and Chinese languages. A DIT model with 3D full attention is trained through flow matching and utilized to eliminate input noise into latent frames, with text embeddings and timesteps acting as conditioning elements. To improve the visual quality of the generated videos, a video-based DPO technique is implemented, which successfully diminishes artifacts and guarantees smoother, more realistic video results.